There we go. We have started recording. And then, so what we'll do is we'll spotlight us for everyone and go around. Okay, and just keep an eye to see if there's anybody else coming up.
Make sure my finger's not in front of the camera.
Excellent. So am I ready to go?
I think
You don't know? You're in charge.
there's no more people popping up. Everybody
Excellent.
has been
Okay.
added.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim, and I'm doing the second dyeing session today for Indigodragonfly. This is the colorway that Jessica and Allison sent to us to complement. It's fantastic, and it's called up close. I don't have the, what's the name, you guys? I forgot.
Spring Fling Thing 1. Did that come through?
But the card had an actual name. Up
It
till
did?
sunrise.
Did you
Yes!
write it down and forget? Oh no.
So do you want to call it thing 1 and thing 2?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is thing 1.
Because we
Yeah,
named
that's
ours
thing one.
we named ours down till sunset to coordinate.
Anyway, everybody
why
else, never mind. Thing 1 is what this colorway is called. And I'm actually going to undo one of these. This one is the Moon Rock Slug, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to put this down someplace dry. There's not going to be much dry here in a minute. But isn't that amazing? You know what? I think this color on its own would make an amazing impervious. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you should buy the coordinating color as well, but I think it would make a really excellent impervious. So this is the Moon Rock Slug. And this is Solar Sock. And Allison dyed this one.
Yes.
I've taken on the challenge of making a lovely coordinating color. So why don't we get started with that? I'm just going to put these at the end of the counter. And Kelsey, I don't know if you want to come around here or what. Interestingly, mine is also a 2-step process.
Oh,
So
cool.
completely different. 2 or maybe 3 or who knows how many. So first I soaked the yarn. And now I'm taking the yarn out much the way that Jessica did and squeezing some of the water out. I want a little bit left because I do want the dye to travel through the yarn. Oops. And I'm going to reserve this water because I'm going to do the second process in this container of water here. So I'm going to put this over by Kelsey for a moment. And now my dye is ready to go. So I decided that because Allison went super crazy colorful, that I would go nice and soft and subtle.
Oh.
With 7 containers of dye. So subtle color number 1.
Nice.
I don't think it's gonna be this.
Oh, I can barely see it. It's so subtle.
Right? It's just really calm. Really calm and simple. No brightness whatsoever.
This
is very cool. There we go. And yeah, super, super crazy quiet. What we went for. I should take this one up a bit. Back away. What, the shaking echoed? Or I'm echoing? I'm probably echoing because I'm standing over a container that doesn't have much water in it.
I was scared of the shaking, hence the
Oh, I
the
see.
lovely ceiling art we have.
Oh, yes, that was Victoria's first day of work, by the way. But it wasn't Victoria who did it. It was me demonstrating how she should keep the lid on the container and make sure it's really tight before she shakes it. Guess how that went. Then we're gonna do some of this. Put that there. We're gonna do some of this. Da, 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 da. And we're gonna do some of this.
Ooh, cool.
And then the magic spray from the best dollar store spritzer bottle ever that I constantly get my gloves stuck in. And because the other side's going to be almost completely white. And here we go. La la la. La 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 la. Flip that over. And more of the same. So super soft, subtle, quiet color. La la la. Making sure I get everything. La la la. I'm gonna do the green.
I like that green.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it great?
That's very nice.
I'm really happy with it. I think this green by itself is going to have to be its own color
Yes, that would be really nice on its own.
because it actually has, it's a mixture of some colors, and it actually has a color that doesn't get to its full potential until it's been cooked.
Ooh, okay.
So it's much quieter than it's going to be.
Mhm.
Always fun and interesting. And Kelsey, let me know if there's any questions and stuff. Or Allison and Jessica can also do that. Blah, blah,
Yes,
blah.
none so far. Just some nice comments.
We like nice comments.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear you when you're in the middle of something. Actually, sometimes I do want to hear you so that I can then turn around and surprise you.
Norma's asking if it's a Brussels sprout green. I would say yes.
Sure. Kelsey says yes, and since she's the plant and gardening and vegetable expert in the studio,
Ooh,
we're gonna
thank
go
you.
with that.
Ooh, I'll take that title.
Well, you are. Remember, you're the one that comes and plants stuff at our house because Ron and I can't keep plants alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Spray, 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 spray.
Very cool.
This is also an aerobic workout. I keep trying to convince my doctor that like this counts as 5 miles of running.
What color is that going on top of the yellow kitten?
It's a red of some description. And it's actually magenta. Because I wanted a red that was a cool red, but that wouldn't interact weirdly with the yellow that I chose. Because I wanted it to go kind of dark, rusty orange and not brown.
And it is not just water in the spray bottle. There's also citric acid in there, I believe. Yes.
It's a magic potion.
Sorry.
That makes all the colors pretty. And I'm going to heat it up just for a couple of minutes, just to kind of let those colors start to bond with the fiber, but not too much. And then we're going to do the magical second step.
What is the second?
Everything's magical. Maybe because we watched WandaVision last night and it was all about witchy stuff. And now I'm kind of in that brain mode. And that's about, so this is the water I used to soak the yarn in, and I'm gonna reuse it to do the second part of the process. I just want those to get a little warm. And we use actual stoves. Our dye studio is in a house. It's not our house, it's just a studio, or a house that we use as a studio. But we got rid of a fridge and added a second stove.
Oh,
And
nice.
we cook using propane because it gives us more control over how hot or how cold and how even the heat is. And yes, Kelsey's sounding nervous because this is making noises, but it's okay.
These are the only propane stoves I go around.
And I just want it to get hot. So
Asbestos
remember what I
hands.
said about asbestos hands?
Yes.
I often forget that not everybody has asbestos hands. And part of it is dyeing, and part of it is that I worked for a year in a ceramic studio where we were picking up really hot pots out of the kiln with our bare hands because my boss was a tyrant. Unlike my current boss, who's not at all tyrannical. Okay, I think that's enough. So just enough to get it hot. Whoops. And now I'm gonna move all these guys out of the way because I have really short arms. And I am going to
Mhm.
how many milliliters of dye you actually used. Because when you don't, you end up with a different color. And now I'm gonna take these guys and move them.
I don't know, it might be. We can see.
Maybe it's our internet.
Anyone?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So yeah, so Kim must be experiencing some rural internet slowdown, especially since it's a Saturday. People tend to sometimes come up from their cottages, yeah, and then start taking up their bandwidth, but it should kick over soon. It is adding to the suspense. But yeah, so yeah, I'm sure they'll catch on soon that their internet has slowed down. But it was looking really good up
It was
until this
looking really
point.
good. I was so excited to see it dunked in the.
Yeah, see what would happen. Well, thank you, Sarah. The FMF coloring's really pretty.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
This is our podcast wall.
Yeah.
When we record our YouTube podcast, we sit in front of this wall too.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions or anything? We can fill the space. Will we ever know? Hopefully they'll come
yeah,
back.
that's
It might come back, their internet, and then they'll be able to when does your yarn black and white? Oh, okay. So at 3:30 we're gonna be having the reveal, and the colorway that I dyed today the photo will be switched over, and then the one that you dyed already is already in color.
Yes, so the one that Kim just showed, that's switched to color on the website, and then yeah, we'll switch over Jessica's in like the next hour or so. When we do our the next meeting on here at 3:30 when we reveal. So I just saw another question.
we could say someone had asked in the last Zoom how you and Indigodragonfly.
Had met? Oh, well, that comes down to Jessica, because Jessica met Kim first, right?
Yeah. So I met Kim first through my bag business at KW in 2017. She had asked me on Instagram. I had like posted a photo of a bag, and she had asked on Instagram if I would hold it for her, and I said sure. And then Victoria came and checked out the booth a few times before Kim could make it over. And
Oh, I think was I there? I feel like I was there for this.
yeah, and then Kim came over, and then she was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I love the prints you used, and that you had like lots of fun prints." And then yeah, the relationship was born from there. We've collaborated a few times, and then quite often, back when there was no COVID, Indigodragonfly has a fiber fling every August.
Yeah.
At their studio in Halliburton. So I got to attend that a few times as well.
Yes. Because Jessica is J. Hendry Design Co., if no one knows that.
Yeah.
Or is not familiar. She
project
makes
bags.
project bags.
Hi guys, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Hello.
Thank you for holding down the fort while our internet went kaboom. So we're on mobile data to try and finish this. So if we disappear again, we're sorry. But anyway, we'll get back to it. Thank you very much for hosting.
No
You're
problem. Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
You guys are magical. Okay, spotlight for everyone.
Everybody
Okay,
was
here we
saying how
go.
the suspense was killing
For
them.
Danielle, if Danielle is still there, I did consider orange. I really, really did. And maybe sometime next week, I might feel like doing that just for fun. But I didn't think that would, I know how this dye reacts with the other colors. I wasn't sure about the orange I was going to choose. So what I chose was I mixed up a nice dark tealy gray, blue, green that I really, really love. And what's happened is all those really super subtle colors that we put underneath, you can see them through the darker color.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
So essentially what I tried to do was a simplified version of what Allison did, but then put another color over top that I knew would go really well with all of those colors.
Wow.
And so when this is striped together with Allison's color, there will be some points where our yarn will fade into the full Moon Fibres yarn and vice versa. But there'll be enough contrast that it will be great. And all these colors, all these really subtle colors that I have over dyed with this darker color, you will be able to see them more when they're beside Allison's skein. And they're also going to help Allison's skein help lift those colors as well. So, yay. So now we cook this. And then we come back to see you at 3:30, is it?
3:30.
At 3:30. And I dyed a pot of these yesterday, so we'll have dry ones for you to see. And I'll be able to show you them next to Allison's color. And Jessica's going to show us her color next to the color that Ron dyed last week and we sent to her. So Victoria dyed, not Ron, Victoria dyed, which is it's a really gorgeous color. It's very moody and has lots of subtle changes in it that are really magical. And, I think it's going to be, I can't wait to see what it looks like next to Jessica. So I hope you'll join us at 3:30 and we shall see you then.
So someone asked what Impervious is.
Oh, Impervious is one of my designs. It's a shawl design. I'm not sure whether we have it in the studio. Kelsey is going to do her other duties as required thing and go run around the studio looking to see if she can find Impervious lying in a corner someplace. But it's one that actually requires that you have longer color repeats in order to make the stitch pattern pop. And so the color that Jess and,
Oh, here it is.
here we go, Allison, or the color that Allison dyed that I'm dyeing to go with, will be a perfect color to knit this in. I also think it would be really cool to kind of occasionally put some of this in as well.
This
Yeah.
this is impervious, and the flame colors are all one colorway, and
Yeah.
it's just the way that it knits up that gives the flame shapes, because she's smart and knows things.
In fact, I have an idea for a cowl version of this. And maybe that's what I'll use, the yarn that we have here from Full Moon Fibres, along with one of these. Maybe I'll use those together to try to solidify that cowl pattern. And get that out into the world. But, you know, no promises because I knit really slow.
So if anyone had any questions, or if there was something that got missed while we had our internet blip, we've got a few minutes left that we can kind of answer questions or talk to you about the dyeing process for this
No,
colorway.
Kelsey cannot have this shawl. You can knit one.
One day I'll learn German short rows.
I can teach you in like 5 seconds.
Okay, so
Anyway.
was the over dyed dark teal?
It's here, I can actually pour a little here in the sink, and you can get kind of a sense.
So it's
Ooh.
kind of like a navy blue.
Navy blue that also get activated when it gets cooked. And it's got some gray in it to kind of also calm things down a bit.
This is what we do. We test the colors in the sink. we pour them out to see what they might let out a little bit. So
But yeah, but all the water that I used for soaking, I used for the second dye process. And now we're gonna cook it and fix it so that the dye doesn't come off. And then we'll have some to show you at 3 o'clock,
3:30.
3:30, whenever. Listen to Victoria about timings, never listen to me. I have no idea.
So on a tangent, people want to know about your apron.
Yeah.
Oh, this apron?
Yep.
So I got this on Vancouver Island. And I'll actually take off my gloves. So this company is called Search and Rescue Apron Company. And they have all these really great workhorse aprons and you get to choose what pockets you have and where those pockets are. So I have like one big pocket that fits my phone, but then I have a whole bunch of little ones where I can put tools and masking tape and all the things that help run, and then pencils and stuff. So I got to choose what fabric I wanted, what straps I wanted, what pockets I wanted, what length I wanted, which is so important for 5 foot tall people. And they're on Vancouver Island, but not Vancouver Island. They're on Granville Island in Vancouver. And I think they have a website where you can.
Yeah, so someone actually just put it in the chat.
Excellent, thank you.
Can you turn around so we can see the back straps?
Yeah.
So Kim has adjustable leather straps.
Yeah.
And they hook onto your apron with what are those called?
With like giant
lobster claws, so that she can take them off for washing.
Exactly.
So it's really easy to take care of.
And you can also, so the other way that they suggested I wear this is using one of these straps around my neck and one around my back. So, or just one strap straight, like it's like suspenders.
Mhm.
So there's lots of different ways that you can make the aprons work for you.
Cool.
They even have ones that have, for people like potters and blacksmiths, they have split aprons. So when you sit down, you have a potter's wheel that you have to stick between your knees. There's enough space and there's a break in the apron so that you can use it that way.
Smart.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? Type them in the chat now. We'll give you another look. So all of the colorways, so our 2 colorways and Jessica and Allison's colorways are available to pre-order on our website now and on their website now. It's just that the actual final colorways will not be revealed until 3:30, but you kind of know what it looks like now. So you can go ahead and order that. And for those of you who pre-registered, you know you have a special little goodie that will assist you with your order. So thank you for those people who pre-registered. Did we record the earlier sessions too? We recorded the fresh meat session. We forgot to record Jessica and Allison's session because we were still kind of panicking. So we're really sorry.
Frazzled.
We're really sorry about that. We didn't realize until after it was over that we're like, crap, we didn't press the record button. So
About 3/4 of the way through, I thought we were going to record this.
so, but yeah. So this one is recorded and the first meet session is recorded, and we'll record the one where the colors are revealed this afternoon. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to end this here. We will see you again at 3:30 with the magical special reveal. If you guys have questions or comments or anything, you can always shoot us an email at orders@indigodragonfly.ca. Everything's up on the website to order. Visit fullmoonfibres.ca for their colors and their amazingness. And we will see you at 3:30. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.